story begins when Jafar's aunt sent him to Astana under the care of Datu because she can no longer support him. In Astana, he met Datu's beautiful daughter, Dayang Dayang. They developed a friendship and shared their bittersweet experience together. Jafar realized as they grew older that he had fallen in love with Dayang Dayang. But he reminded himself of his position, that he should not have feelings for her because he doesn't have royal blood. Months later, Mura-Muraan, a rich young Datu, asked Dayang Dayang's hand in marriage, leaving Jafar heartbroken. A few years later, Mura-Muraan was imprisoned after a criticism with the Christian government. Dayang Dayang's apa was drawn into the mess and perished with the others, and his possessions were confiscated while Ambo died of heartbroken. Unfortunately, they lost almost everything they owned, and only a little portion was left for Dayang Dayang to cultivate and live on. Jafar went to Bonbon for his business and saw a familiar face, and it was Dayang Dayang with her son. At first, he could not believe it was Dayang Dayang because of her different lifestyle than before. Then Dayang Dayang looked long and deep into Jafar. Soon, the familiar eyes of blue blood of years ago arrested the faculties of the erstwhile servant. Jafar approached Dayang Dayang and they talked about their life because they haven't seen each other in a long time. Although they still have doubts about each other, they choose to keep it a secret. Jafar still wants to talk and be with Dayang Dayang, but he has to leave because he fears his affections for her may deepen. Jafar stood up in front of Dayang Dayang after their chat and asked,
"May I go now, Dayang Dayang?"
He spoke softly, trying hard to hold back his own tears. Dayang Dayang did not say yes, and did not say no either. But the nodding of her head was enough to make Jafar understand and go. As Jafar walks away, his chest tightens and he wonders if he could continue what he is planning, or if he will take a risk if he confesses his love for Dayang Dayang, so that he has no regrets. Jafar stopped crying and took a deep breath, telling himself,
"I love you, Dayang Dayang, and I will fight for what I feel for you."
After that, Jafar screams her name while running towards Dayang Dayang and confesses his feelings.
"I have something to tell you, and I can no longer keep this to myself. I'm deeply in love with you, and I wanted you for a long time. Until now, I'm still in love with you. I can't help but think about you constantly, and I don't want to have any regrets for not telling you this, and I hope you feel the same way about me. I actually feel the same way about you, and I also wanted you for a long time. Mura-Muraan suddenly handed me for a marriage."
Hi, Mommy! Is he a close friend? By the way, Mom, can I visit Dad? I really miss him so much and I want him to know how I'm doing well in my class.
Let's talk about it later. I need to talk to you first. I also love you until now, but I already have a family, and I don't think I can neglect my family, especially my daughter, just for my feelings for you. I'm sorry, but right now, all I can think about is my daughter, and I don't want her to grow up with a complicated family.
After 5 years, Dayang Dayang became a successful woman and a loving mother to her child after all her hard work. Her decisions to focus on her family was something that she never regret even once. Although Jafar had a hard time moving on, he still found someone destined to be his lover. One time, Dayang Dayang visited Mura-Muraan in jail and talked about family things. And when she decided to go home, Dayang Dayang suddenly saw a familiar face and remembered that it was Jafar, but he was with his wife and daughter this time. Their eyes met and they smiled at each other like they were proud of how things went well after the incident 5 years ago.